What is your greatest lesson learned?
Not to trust everybody. Not to trust everybody in the industry. There's a lot of sharks. They cheat. You have to audit them. It takes a real good talent that the public wants to see.
Because I know eventually the truth will prevail, and I'm about truth. You know, bigger the star, the bigger the target. I'm not trying to say I'm the super duper star. I'm not saying that. The truth always prevails, and I believe in that.
That's me and MJ, baby.
Yep.
That's me and MJ chilling.
When was that taken, do you know?
6 years ago, he came to one of my parties.
Right.
And one day, I didn't even invite Mike to the party. Mike just showed up at the party. And guess what he was looking for?
Dip?
No,
I don't know. That's what I would be looking for.
And you know, the security, they come over to me, they say, Mr. Combs, Mr. Michael Jackson is here to see you. I'm like, get out of here. Mike, what's up? What you doing here? Yeah. Thanks for coming. You see his arm around me, but then you don't see the shot of him whispering in my ear. Right after the shot was taken, he whispers in my ear. He says, where's Beyonce? He came to the party to holler at Beyonce, finds her and dances with Beyonce in the party.
After I left the party, I get back to the Sheraton Hotel at Universal. There's 4 FBI agents in the hotel room. Are y'all crazy? I said, what you think I'm gonna do? Tell you that Michael did something bad so that we can sue him for money? What the is this? And I looked at him right now, I said, nothing happened. And I'm like, really? That man did nothing but be hospitable, kind, loving, giving. That's sad, man. This life can be sad if you let it. It could be really lonely and really sad.
I'm not supposed to say what I'm gonna say right now, but I have to let you in on a secret. Companies take advantage of them. They really do. They really thought that my mind is always on music and dancing, and it usually is, but we can't let them get away with what they're trying to do, because now I'm a free agent.
Diddy is in deep trouble, facing multiple serious charges that shaken the music industry to its core since September. The hip-hop mogul has been behind bars without bail, battling the outrageous accusations brought by federal authorities. On top of this, several lawsuits have been filed by alleged victims, adding to the weight of the allegations against him. After months of waiting, the judge overseeing Diddy's case has finally set a tentative trial date for May 5th, 2025. While this provides some clarity, it's unclear whether the trial will be televised, similar to the infamous Johnny Depp Amber Heard trial. Given the massive media attention on Diddy's case, a public trial could generate even more buzz, just as Depp and Heard's did, which was eventually turned into a Netflix series. But the heat on Diddy doesn't end there. The investigations into the tragedy of Tupac Shakur, one of the most famous unsolved cases in hip-hop history, has now pulled Diddy into its orbit.
People who say they attended his infamous parties and are not surprised by the allegations against him.
This is Diddy. Like, at a Diddy party, he's always gonna be turning up. Y'all not at Diddy's house, y'all not nowhere. I'm just wild on how he's just able to keep all that energy. Sometimes they provide breakfast in the morning, and it's like you could chill.
The lawsuit suggests that the Duke of Sussex was one of the guests at Combs' infamous parties. Now Prince Harry has been named in a $30 million lawsuit against the hip-hop mogul, who is facing charges of trafficking and sexual abuse, allegedly attended by sex workers and underage girls.
New York attorney Alex Spiro, hired to investigate potential connections, has raised questions about Diddy's involvement in Tupac's 1996 incident. This comes after Dwayne Keefe D. Davis, recently charged with Tupac's tragedy, previously implicated Diddy in the crime, although Diddy has denied any involvement and has not been officially considered a suspect. The accusations are fueling speculation, with his matrial looming and his potential connection to Tupac's incident under scrutiny. Things are not looking good for the music mogul. Fans and media alike are left wondering how much worse this could get for him. On top of all that, latest whispers suggest Diddy is struggling in federal jail, but not for the reasons one might expect, since being locked up at Burns Metropolitan Detention Center on September 17th following a judge's denial of his bail request. The hip-hop mogul has had to adjust to life behind bars, and it hasn't been easy. According to his attorney Mark Anilo, one of the roughest aspects of Diddy's jail stint is the stark reality of his day-to-day routine.
His defense team is asking the federal judge to start revealing who his accusers are.
And now his attorneys say they want to know who the women are that are accusing him, as well as some men.
We have a lot of situations, especially in this arena, where we have accusers seemingly hiding behind a moniker. I have no reason to doubt her story. I have had her tell me this story multiple times.
The only civil settlement that we know of has been made to Diddy's ex, Cassie Ventura, for an unknown amount of money.
If anybody dares to attempt to contact, threaten, intimidate, hurt, that will be immediately reported.
Again, he has been named in 6 lawsuits. 4 of those filed so far are male accusers.
You know, men now, but in one case, a 16-year-old boy who says in 1998, when he was a teenager, found himself in an occasion to be alone with Diddy, he says, and he claims that Diddy basically, he went to a white party, he was invited, Diddy touched him and essentially called it a rite of passage to become a star in the music industry, you know, ranging from 1998 to October of 2021. And one guy says, hey, 2008, I find myself that he was pistol whipped by somebody who was with Diddy, and then that he was assaulted and raped.
Brooklyn is far from the luxurious life the Bad Boy Records founder was used to. His mornings start at 6 a.m., with a basic breakfast of cereal, toast, fruit, and a breakfast cake. Lunch follows at 11 a.m., and dinner is served after a 4:00 p.m. Head count his first meal inside a choice of Swedish meatballs or a black bean burger, along with sides like egg noodles, green beans, and garden salad. The lack of freedom and the routine in such a facility is wearing on Diddy, but that's not the only thing troubling him. Anilo has publicly addressed the controversial FBI raid, which uncovered 1,000 bottles of baby oil at Diddy's properties. His lawyer humorously blamed Costco for the stockpile, claiming that his client simply buys in bulk. However, Costco denied carrying baby oil at its stores, adding a strange twist to the ongoing scandal.
Ooh, that's my mama. Go mama. Oh.
She's getting a drip with me. She's hydrating. What's up, ma? Mom's a single. I ain't gonna hate on my moms. She's single. Yeah, my mom's single. Yeah. She don't stop. She could touch the floor with her palms. Hey, mom, what's going on? You starting to cook, right? I said no.
We're gonna have a big Thanksgiving, because I like to cook a lot.
Oh.
Ribs, fried chicken, cornbread.
I'm just getting closer for you. We love you, mom. Thankful for you. Let's go.
In my opinion, I think that they're probably looking at RICO or racketeering charges. Each one of those charges carries with it a 25-year sentence. Digital evidence can be very, very tiny. And so when you're looking for flash drives, you are going to have to start looking in walls, taking apart furniture, cameras, those kinds of things, cameras that are recording, those kinds of things.
Agents were concerned that Diddy or his associates were deleting evidence.
That was my tip-off to why this evidence was probably digital in nature, which is exactly why, in my opinion, they searched the homes simultaneously at the exact same time. My guess is that they knew that there was a chance that evidence could be destroyed or was going to be destroyed.
He's a monster. He's literally a monster. This man is gonna go down.
This is incredibly disturbing footage.
He hosted what he called freak-offs, parties so brutal that the young men and women, from being drugged, they would be beaten, they would be raped, would sometimes vomit and pass out. They alleged that Diddy filmed it.
I've kept this very quiet for 14 years. I mean, it's been a very long time, and it was so hard for me to watch. And I cried for days because I just couldn't believe that that man was physically abusing her like that.
Certain that the amount of stuff that we've heard about is probably not the half of it.
He's a monster. He's literally a monster.
Friendly neighborhood, international rap mogul, superstar, designer extraordinaire, actor. You know, I do it all, baby. My homegirl Cassie right here. She's a human being. That's what we all love about her. I'm sure we'll love her one day. This bad boy, we ain't never gonna stop.
There's no way that he was doing this alone. He was enabled. He had multiple EAs and PAs, and I have no idea who was his fixer. Like a Shakespearean tragedy, how this man is gonna go down.
And those are extremely difficult cases to defend yourself against. Very difficult.
What's happening now, Cassie opened up the floodgates. So the damage he's done to so many different people, and hopefully these people can move forward from this. Hopefully.
Do you know Sean Combs?
Puff Daddy?
Yeah.
P. Diddy, whatever you call himself these days. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, he's part of what's called the Boule. The Boule is a branch of the Illuminati. I had sex with Cassie and Sean. Basically, he would masturbate and tell me what to do with Cassie. Sean talks a lot on the phone and on the TV with speakers and stuff, and I was like a slave, okay? I had like 15 encounters, and I heard a lot of business, because what they would do is I called herpes, and I came back and I sued him for the herpes and won. And Christopher Leon's here was my attorney. They asked me to turn in that. Mark Eros and Ben Mercedes were his attorneys, okay? It's possible, I threw everything out, it's possible I can produce a copy. The hip-hop agenda is an agenda to move drugs all over the United States. You need to invoke the DEA, okay? All the dope on private jets, which don't get screened by the DEA inside the United States, okay? They move cocaine and they move liquid cocaine in their bottles too. It's not good. He drinks it all the time.
With his trial set for May 2025, Diddy is expected to remain behind bars navigating the harsh reality of jail life. Until his day in court, the wait will no doubt be one of the toughest battles for the former music mogul, and tensions continue to mount as Moper Shakur Tupac's brother recently pointed fingers at the rap mogul regarding the 1996 incident of the Hail Mary rapper appearing on Piers Morgan Uncensored Moim broke down the long-standing theory that Diddy could be involved in Tupac's demise. NPR recalled a 2008 phone call where Diddy attempted to clear his name, claiming no connection to the 1994 Quad Studios incident, which left Tupac injured. Although the LA Times initially published a report accusing Diddy of being behind the attack, the story was retracted due to unreliable sour ace. Despite this, Moper remains unconvinced and believes Diddy's involvement may have been behind the scenes. Fueling the fire are statements from Dwayne Keefe D. Davis. Keefe D. has claimed that Diddy offered him $1 million to carry out the hit, while Diddy has repeatedly denied such allegations. The resurfacing of these accusations has led Tupac's family to hire attorney Alex Spiro to investigate further.
Miss Combs, how you feeling?
Miss Combs. Miss Combs.
Mr. Combs is threatening her with a knife and makes her take off her clothes out of a bag, out of a fanny pack to be specific. And then he takes what she believes is some type of liquid substance and he squirts it at her. And she actually didn't specify even baby oil. She just said he just started squirting it at her. Then she realized that it was some type of lubricant or oil. That's when, after she was covered in this oil, that's when the began with Mr. Combs.
I'm not mad at Justin. I'm not. I'm gonna tell you who I'm mad at. I'm mad at his manager. Scooter Brown was 25 years old. He was a single man living in Atlanta alone. When he found Justin Bieber on the internet, Scooter is the man that actually discovered Justin Bieber. He found a little white boy with nice hair on the internet. In the middle of the night. The middle of the night. Now I don't know what Chris Hansen is, but in this one, that's the goddamn I've ever seen one right there. He's face down in a wax usher's lap. It's weird. He's a worldwide superstar. There's even a wax figure of Justin at Madame Tussauds in London.
Over to say hello to P. Diddy, and Jay-Z was there, and Leonardo DiCaprio sat front.
Oh, I think you've dropped enough names.
As fresh information unfolds, Diddy faces increasing pressure, especially with his recent arrest on unrelated charges with Moper and other key figures. Speaking out, the public spotlight on Diddy's possible connection to Tupac's demise continues to intensify, but that's not the only relationship Diddy's debacle has destroyed, as hushed whispers are suggesting that Beyonce has filed for divorce from Jay-Z, allegedly due to his connections with Diddy following his recent legal troubles. These claims, however, are unfounded. A YouTube video titled "Beyonce Files for Divorce After Diddy Snitches on Jay-Z" from the Urban War channel fueled the gossip by claiming Jay's met with a criminal attorney and divorce lawyer, sparking speculation that Beyonce was distracting herself to avoid being implicated in any federal investigations linked to Diddy. Another video by Kiki's T added to the fire, alleging that Beyonce was ready to run from her marriage. Despite these viral rumors, no official statements from Beyonce's Jay-Z or their representatives have confirmed any of these divorce claims. The couple, known for their private nature, hasn't commented on the speculation, and as of now there is no evidence supporting the idea that Their marriage is in jeopardy due to Diddy's situation. It seems these videos are simply feeding the rumor mill without any factual basis. While they may not be splitting, there is someone who wants to split Diddy into two, or in her words, slap the daylights out of him. Vetta Wallace, mother of the late rap legend Notorious B.I.G., has voiced her frustration and disappointment. Despite her initial admiration for Diddy, Valletta's feelings have shifted, just as many of us share the same sentiment, especially after a disturbing video involving Sai Ventura surfaced allegedly showing Diddy hurting her.
From Janice Smalls Combs, who is Diddy's mother. I come to you today as a mother that is devastated and profoundly saddened by the allegations made against my son, Sean Combs. To bear witness what seems to be like a public lynching of my son is a pain too unbearable to put into words. It is heartbreaking to see my son judged not for the truth, but for a narrative created out of lies.
These allegations are egregious. Ferret this out in the court system. We intend to prove our cases. I've talked to these victims, and I believe them. So that's exactly what I would expect his mother to say.
Just the fact you've got 120 already that you're repping, and you're getting so many calls, 12,000 calls in 24 hours, including many new allegations involving minors. What does that tell you about the scale of all this?
It's true. I want people to know that are people that call that have bits of information, bits of evidence, video, perhaps pictures, thousands of people calling and hundreds of alleged victims. And how could that possibly be the case? And then, of course, we're particularly interested in people that had interaction with Mr. Combs and what they say happened to them. Conduct that allegedly occurred over a 25-year period, multiple different venues, each time has been alleged. Typically, it involves some sort of illicit substance placed in someone's drink, taken advantage of, and that's kind of the overarching theme here. Glance, you say, my goodness, that's just impossible that many people would call with information, particular modus operandi. It makes a lot of sense.
I don't know that I could keep him off the stand. He is very eager to tell his story.
This is the type of indictment you would expect from someone in the mafia.
Reputation is over. The United States government, they start making this case as a takedown of a successful black man.
Brought in new lawyers to try and get this done. Appeals court says the judge was wrong. The judge should have allowed him to post bail, which is exactly what they are going to try and do. The judge abused his discretion because ultimately this is a discretionary thing. And what the trial judge was saying is, look, he is a flight risk and a danger to say we're going to superimpose our view of it over the trial judge's view of it, in the sense that he's tried to intimidate and influence witnesses in the case. It's going to be hard to make that case to reverse what the trial judge did at the appellate court level.
Alexandra Shapiro is one of the nation's premier appellate lawyers. She is the real deal. Suppose if there's some grounds for appeal that we're not seeing, Harvey, she's gonna find it.
Diddy is gonna surely need a dream team much like OJ, and we are looking forward to the trial of a century.
We got Akon at the airport. The way he spoke about this, Hollywood generally has not spoken out.
The business in itself has taken a shift. Music hasn't been the greatest role model for our youth. I just think it's a spiritual shift that's happening. Mind our own business, and we just gotta sit back and relax and watch.
Somebody as a target for their success. I mean, at least that's how the lawyer's playing it.
And whatever people are doing on their personal time is something they have to deal with on their own.
It's not the first time we've heard this rhetoric. You know what I mean?
I mean, yeah, but it's a defense mechanism. At the end of the day,
jail is terrible for anybody. The bigger they come, the harder they fall, and I sort of think that's what the prurient interest of the public is. To have the exact opposite, what a life-changing moment. I mean, it's just incredible. Why is he not being given bond? And, you know, we could debate that all day long. He's got the resources to flee, but he's so recognizable. And isn't he innocent until proven guilty? You have this much evidence and so much stuff out there. You can't think as a human being, the judge isn't thinking that some people are more likely to be guilty than others. And what if he's vindicated? What if he's acquitted? Then had he ever given back those few months of incarceration? I mean, it's a legitimate concern. You know, no judge wants to wake up and read the headlines the next day. Sometimes where there's money, you can craft a unique solution. And now he's gone and he fled from justice. So that's what's in the back of most judges' minds. Sounds like special treatment, but the truth of the matter is, to incarcerate somebody like him, all the money he has and all the resources he has, he couldn't craft some solution that lets him be under some form of house arrest. Maybe some solution where his money could help us craft I mean, he could build a separate jail cell. I wouldn't want to be those judges. There's sort of a no-win situation for the judge. What we would do for anybody else, which is keep him incarcerated.
And he knows better than to be talking about the things that he does with Big Brother Puff on national television. Apparently not. Everything ain't for everybody.
He believes he's innocent. I believe he's innocent. And we're going to fight this case with all of our might until we don't have to fight any longer.
Expect that there will be some people named in these lawsuits that will raise some eyebrows.
He has an out option, and that is popping a cyanide pill.
That are so serious that it would likely leave Sean Combs in jail the rest of his life.
But Choke, I mean, you might have said the same thing about Jeffrey Epstein.
He's going to be indicted for the murder of Tupac and the Notorious B.I.G.
He's at the top of the pyramid here. Generally, you give deals to the people who are lower in the pyramid in order to get them to testify against the top.
An alleged secret video of an A-list celebrity participating, and the unnamed celebrity knows about this. So 2 anonymous sources have told the New York Post that the video is being shopped around to media outlets. A-list celebrity is, quote, horrified that this footage is being shopped around. It says it's not revealing who the celebrity is because it's not clear if he was a minor when the footage was filmed. Sources say both Combs and the other male's faces are visible in this sex tape.
The person who has the tape really doesn't want to shop it around. They really want to help and give it to wanted to directly sell it to that person. That person does have the opportunity to purchase the video. If I were them, I would absolutely purchase the video.
In a heartfelt statement, Veda expressed her sympathy for the victims, saying, "I'm praying for Cassie, and I'm praying for his mother. However, she didn't hold back her anger. I hope that I see Sean one day, and the only thing I want to do is slap the daylights out of him, and you can quote me on that, Veda." Admitted she was ashamed and embarrassed by the recent revelations, adding, "I didn't want to believe all the awful things." The strong reaction is particularly notable given Diddy and Biggie's close friendship during their careers. Diddy famously honored Biggie with the hit song, "I'll Be Missing You," but Valetta's anger now overshadows any positive memories she had of the mogul. That's all for this video, folks. See you next time.